Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Stopping the crisis in the fight against opioids. A new warning tonight from federal agents here in Metro Detroit. The DEA has a warning tonight about meth. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. Turns out the dangerous drugs have really been seeing an increase in the city of Detroit. Victor Williams talking with agents tonight about this uptick. Victor, it is actually one of many drugs that the agency is focusing on right now.
Many, that's right. And with so much concern surrounding fentanyl, the DEA doesn't want you to forget about the dangers of another drug that's really flying under the radar.
We actually nationally, we seize a lot more crystal meth than we do fentanyl.
Detroit is turning into a hotbed for meth, according to the DEA. Special agent in charge of the Detroit Division, Orville Green, says it's clearly becoming a trend.
We have seen an increase.
300 kilos of meth have been taken off the streets in the state of Michigan this fiscal year alone, with about 80% of that being seized in the Detroit area. But Special Agent Green says these drugs aren't coming from much of the mom-and-pop homegrown meth labs. Instead, the more highly organized drug cartels in Mexico.
How concerned are you guys of those communities coming into contact with the drug?
Well, yeah, obviously we're very concerned because also with the difference with the meth coming from Mexico is that it's a lot purer. We're talking upwards of 98% to 100% purity.
Now that in itself has its own list of health risks and problems. However, with meth also being sold under the guise of prescription drugs, this puts the most vulnerable at risk for an accidental overdose, our seniors and children.
That's where that demographic, that younger demographic, is impacted because they think they're using a prescription pill when they're taking something that's laced with meth.
And despite all the hurdles surrounding getting the meth off the streets, the DEA isn't slowing down its efforts of cracking down on the drug by raising awareness as much as possible.
What we've done is we've done a lot more outreach to communities, sort of educationally.
And the DEA has made many meth interceptions with the product bound for Detroit, but they're going to be working with state and local partners to bring those numbers down. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor. Other news tonight, union members on strike at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan are one step closer to returning to work.
The company announced tonight it has verbally agreed on a tentative contract with the UAW. It would improve pay, benefits, and job security for union employees. The company says if the agreement is ratified into a new collective bargaining agreement, it would end the strike that began September 13th. Blue Cross Blue Shield President and CEO Dan Lepp released a statement tonight, and it reads in part, quote, "On Wednesday, our bargaining teams will meet to formalize our agreement, bringing our employees one step closer to returning to work. I congratulate and thank President Wheen for reaching out and working directly with me to get us to the starting line of the ratification process," end quote.
It is another chilly night in the D, that's for sure.
Literally cold, that's
Yeah.
right. Let's get over to Kim Adams and see how we're looking for tomorrow. Kim.
Well, we could have just a little light snow for your morning commute. It's not a major snowfall at all, but even just a few flurries during the morning commute can slow things down. But right now it's all quiet on Exact Track 40 radar. We had a couple light snow showers and flurries around Metro Detroit this evening, but now those have come to an end. It's cold though. 26 at City Airport, mid-20s in Mount Clemens, 21 Metro, 19 in Monroe, already down to 18 out in Ann Arbor, and wind chills are already down into the single digits. 8 is what it feels like right now at Metro Airport, 9 in Monroe, 6 in Ann Arbor, and the current wind chill in Howell is 8 above zero. Cold morning at the bus stop once again with a few light snow showers or flurries. A little warmer than this morning by 3 degrees. Nothing that you'll notice. It was 19 this morning. It will be 22 tomorrow morning with wind chills again in the single digits. But the afternoon tomorrow does get warmer, if you can call it 36 warmer. But we're not done there. We're getting back into the 40s by Wednesday into Thursday, and then the weekend looks nice and warm. We'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, Kim. Also tonight, we're hearing from Paul Whelan's family as they say Paul was attacked by another prisoner.
They say the attack happened at a Russian labor camp where the Novi native has been a prisoner for nearly 5 years. Jacqueline Francis is live tonight with what we know about this. Jacqueline.
It sounds like Paul Whelan is going to be okay. He described the attack as minor, but now he and his family are worried he could be a target. Paul Whelan is claiming he was attacked by another prisoner today as he remains detained in Russia. It comes as the former Marine from Novi approaches the grim 5-year milestone as a Russian prisoner. Whelan's family says he's being wrongfully detained on espionage charges, which he denies. The family providing an update to the public today after Whelan told them he'd been attacked. Whelan said he was working at a sewing table when another prisoner hit him in the face, breaking his glasses. He says other prisoners got involved to break it up before he could be hit again. In a letter, Whelan's family said, quote, Paul is a target because he's an American, and anti-American sentiment is not uncommon among the other prisoners. Whelan told CNN it was a Turkish prisoner with anti-American views who punched him.
Whelan did report this to a deputy warden, and he feels like it's being taken seriously. He also was treated by a doctor after that attack. Reporting live in Detroit, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, Jacqueline. A freighter is back sailing tonight after being stuck in the Detroit River for a day and a half. We've been following the Coast Guard's efforts to free the 623-foot ship. Getting it moving again after it got stuck off Belle Isle Monday morning. 2 tugboats were brought in, and that wasn't enough, so a third was added to the mix. And this afternoon, the freighter started to turn, was able to start moving. As far as the next steps go,
it will go back to the Belle Isle anchorage, and a third-party assessment will be done to see the seaworthiness of the vessel.
Once the investigation is complete, the ship will continue its journey. It's on its way to Italy with a 21,000-ton load of wheat. Right now, click on Detroit.com. We posted the time-lapse video of the ship getting freed. You can find the link right now on the homepage.
The release of hostages in Gaza moves into its 5th day in the temporary truce. 10 Israelis and 2 Thai citizens were released by Hamas today, which includes 30 Palestinians freed from prisons. Over the first 5 days of the truce, a total of 81 hostages have been released and 180 Palestinians have been freed. The director of the CIA is in Qatar, pushing for a broader hostage deal and a further extension of the truce, which expires Thursday morning.
Loved ones and dignitaries are honoring the memory of former First Lady Rosin Carter. Her husband, Jimmy Carter, attended today's services in Atlanta while receiving hospice care at home. He was joined by President Biden and the First Lady, along with the Clintons, Michelle Obama, and Melania Trump. A private funeral service is set for tomorrow at the place the couple lived when they returned from the White House in 1981, Plains, Georgia. Mrs. Carter, dead at the age of 96.
Climate change advocates celebrate the signing of historic clean energy bill legislation into law by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The bills signed today included clean energy targets for the state, such as reaching 100% renewable energy by the year 2040. The legislation also sets a goal for utilities to generate 50% of their energy from renewable sources by the year 2030. Michigan joins several other states that have set 2040 deadlines for power providers to become carbon-free. An iconic donut shop along Woodward Avenue in Detroit is set to reopen.
This is great news for a lot of folks. Dutch Girl Donuts opened in 1947. It shut down in September of 2021 due to staffing issues. Well, after months of new owner speculation, Patty Lynch has bought the business. Lynch's family owns and operates a number of funeral homes throughout Metro Detroit. A spring of 2024 opening is now planned for the institution there along Woodward near 7 Mile.